Okay, it's Big Bro Mini here. I'm here to help teach you guys some of the ins and outs of games. I realize a lot of people need better explanations of parts of games. So today I'm going to go in for one tip and one trick for each hero throughout the entire game, but today we're focusing on just the support category. I'm going to try to separate the video into each person. You can skip to just their times, that's fine too. But this is something I've learned as somebody who used to play Overwatch and was top 40. Used to coach Overwatch for high schools and college. I played League of Legends competitively and played Valorant competitively, competed in lots of tournaments. So I know a thing or two about positioning and taking control. So I'm going to teach you guys how to get better. I'm ranked Diamond. I've Platinum to the game. It's going to be great. Let's get into this. We're going to start from the top. We're going to start with Loki, and we're going to go down from there. So for Loki, one of the things most people forget is he has a backstab. That works well. But it also means if you place your clone behind somebody, you can still melee them. So if they're running from you and you melee them, it counts. But your clones can also proc your backstab. Secondly, when you go to ult, there is this setting you can go into and set for just Loki alone. And there's two of them. So there's Devious Exchange Auto Select, which is when you go to jump from clone to clone. It'll jump to the closest one near you. I personally like this one on more than off, because unless you're playing against Dive that game, I'd recommend turning it off. That way you can always jump to the furthest clone. Second, one of the biggest things you can turn on is Double Confirm the God of Mischief. You turn it on, so when you go to play and you go to ult, is you don't want it to accidentally select somebody. So now I have it locked, and even when I walk away, I can still just... And that's a really big up, because it allows you to prep it without losing it. Which happens to a lot of Loki players, is somebody will jump in front of you and they'll steal it. Yes, it takes a second longer to go off, but the trade-off is worth it. Now, we're going to go into Mantis. So, Mantis is a healer, but one of her biggest things is she can spend her leaves. When you're out of leaves, every headshot gets it back. That's really good. She has a big headshot multiplier. I'm talking about, like, it only takes her 3 hits to bring down most people. Luna, if you can land multiple hits, she's just down. Damage boost, of course, will make you stronger. And it does proc your self-heal. So when you take damage... you can always just heal yourself. Remember, you are a heal over time, so don't just dump them. Let it sit for a second, and then do the next one. Also, your sleep, you can try to hit them directly with it, but instead of doing that, you should try to hit the floor in front of them, or near them, because it counts all the same. Yeah, so instead of trying to hit people directly on, you can always just hit the floor in front of them. You do have a solid area of effect. You can get about this far while still hitting them. That is a lot of AoE. It also counts upward. So if they are up and diving you, you can do it as well. Okay. And for the big tip is when you go into a fight, you should damage boost and not focus on healing with your leaves, because you'll lose them. But if you make sure to heal first, or to damage boost first, not only will your team have the bonus of damage, but they will also then immediately get healed to full. You'll also heal yourself by expending flowers or petals, and you'll be ready for the team fight, and you can turn the fight around a lot easier when your team actually hurts versus when they're just standing there. Next, we're gonna go into Rocket. First things first, always gotta remember you have a wall climb. It's just good to remember. You also have slow fall, which most people forget about, which lets you glide across things. Second, your respawn beacon has an area of effect. You can't just place it anywhere. So like you can do it down here and it would res him from all the way up there. So if you can find a safe spot with easy access to the point, that is your best opportunity. So your healing orbs, you want to make sure to get them in an area that can stay affecting a teammate, because that's a lot of healing. So if you just... your team can stay at full health and you can help, because you have very high damage guns. So I feel like I shouldn't have to say it, but I will. Please place these in spawn before you guys leave so everybody can have that extra 25 armor. That is a big help to your team overall. along with trying to get people some of these so they can have the extra jump. And they can be ready to fight and fly and fight from up here. Like, it's way harder to fight you when you're up here and out of the way. And you can keep resetting it. Next we have Cloak and Dagger. I feel like they speak for themselves. They're in every single one of your games unless you ban them. They are one of my most banned characters just because they're so good at their job.
People are always afraid of time.
Auto lock healing from far distances. It's a lot of healing. Along with the wall is a burst of healing.
I'm trying to help.
My tip for Cloak and Dagger comes from her ability to separate her abilities. You don't have to just dump it all at once. Wait for your bubble to end, and then give it a second, and then do the orb. But always try to use the wall first. It has a longer cooldown, and this stays up for longer. Along with your ult, you have to remember it no longer stacks. So my big tip for it is try to cover distance. So even falling counts, so you can like jump over. And now pretty much this entire area is denied. No wasted space, no overlap. Everything's good, my team's full health. That's what you want. For Cloak, is like, yeah, he hurts, but his big thing is he can just blind the enemy, and it makes it really hard for them to hit anybody. Or you can dodge any ult with this. But you have to make sure your teammates are inside your cape and not on the outside. Or if you try to fly up, you can't leave them behind or they will still get hit. Stay on the floor when you do it. Alright, we're moving on to Luna Snow, the pop star. So my first tip for Luna Snow is that you can pierce with this. It's really important to remember you can pierce with it. It makes it really good for helping your teammates, especially if you're in those hallways that they don't like to get out of. Remember that is a pierce, along with all but your L1 heals you when you use it. So you can take damage, and when you're in that hallway, you can still pop this and heal your teammates. Another thing to remember is not only do you have healing, you also have damage boost. But what's important is to remember you are not invincible. You have a lot of healing, but you can still die. You are not immune to anything. You can still get grabbed, you can still get hurt. Just remember to play around that. Don't get out and think you're invincible just because you're in your ult. Also, use your Frostborn. You don't have to melee and stuff when you're going around. Just walk around. You can teleport. Or not teleport, you can slide really fast. This is much faster than regular movement, whether it looks like it or not. It is really fast compared to some of the people. Now we move to the Golden God Adam Warlock.
I am no golden god.
His headshots hurt. They did buff his damage. He has his charge up. He uses 5 ammo. Adam Warlock, he does a lot of damage. He's more of a fighter than a runner. That's why he has no movement. Because when he soul bonds, he can latch onto as many people as you want, and it heals everybody. This can save you from like Magneto ults or anything like that. Along with your heal bounces, even if the ally isn't near there, you can still bounce it off and heal every single ally. So make sure, even if they're over there and you can't reach them with your abilities, if there's an ally nearby, it may lessen the heal a little bit, but it's better than them not receiving it at all and falling.
The cosmos heals you.
Just like you can see. It's not a full health, but it's a big health. Next, we're going to go into his ult. So for his ult, you can see who can be rezzed. He has no movement or anything, so a lot of people try to die and then pop it and then ult. I found that very ineffective. What I like to do is the fight before I'll burn my self-res, and then I pretend to res. So I'll come over here and I'll get ready. You can go to res, they'll jump all the ults on you and everything, and then for the next fight you can actually ult. And bring them back. Remember to immediately heal, they will not be full health. Soul bonding is a really good option here, it prevents instant death. Next we get into Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman is very strong right now, especially with the thing because he is running stuff. So her passive is she goes invisible and she can heal herself. She can still be targeted, she can still be hurt, so make sure when you go,
A little help, please.
you don't get caught. First tip for her is same thing I'd say for most tanks. Don't let your shield break. If you see it getting low, you can always press retract and get it back. Do not let it break. Once again, same thing with Luna. It pierces. It's a lot of help for those big team fights. So make sure when you go to ult, you're not ulting behind your team or anything. You want to put it almost ahead of them, so when they go into the fight, it'll heal them. Because all they need is a toe in it, as you can see. It'll still heal them the full. So make sure to work with that. One last basic tip is make sure you remember you can pull and push with your ability. Most people only use it for pushing. You can also pull, like if someone's trying to get away from your teammate, don't be scared to pull them back in.
Psionic burst.
And last but not least, one of my favorite characters is Jeff the Land Shark. I didn't know I was going to love him as much as I did, but I do. I love him so much. He's great. He's so funny to me. He has a long range, a really long range heal. Like an insane amount of range. Also, solid DPS, but this is just my boy, my little shark. One of my favorites. Only matched by like Loki, because that's because I can play everybody. One thing most people don't use enough is your bubbles are AoE. You can walk into them and heal your teammate nearby, but as you can see there, you can also push people with them. So if your teammate is really in need of some help, you can heal them, run up to them, and push them. Push the enemies off. See, you can mess up a whole enemy's thing. So make sure to remember, you can push enemies, you can also heal allies by you hitting the bubble. If they don't want to back up into the bubble, you can hit it and heal them. You heal everybody who gets it. It's also a speed boost to help you leave spawn. So that's my tip for the bubble. And then for his ult, my tip for the ult is its line of sight. They don't have to necessarily be in it. Also, don't be scared of ultra allies. See, I grabbed almost everybody. Because you heal your allies and you damage the enemy. So if you are in a big team fight and you see that ult coming down, whether it's the blast or whatever it is, you see it coming down, grab your allies, heal them up, heal them up, heal them up. If you die, it happens. Spit them out, don't throw them into the enemies, and let them come back to fight. They are full health. If you are in a party, let them know, hey, I'm eating you, so they're not panicking and trying to use all their escapes on nothing. That's everything I have for you guys. I really hope you like this support video. It's pretty easily made. I can go more into depth about things, but I didn't want it to be too long. Just a little something for you guys. Anyways, washing machine my way out of here.